y'all. Welcome to this here 9 to 5 Nerds.
Jesus.
With Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel.
How you doing?
And Katrina Swathwood.
No.
Tonight we don't have a guest, but no. You don't want to do that?
No.
No?
No.
Well, come on.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
there's a King of the Hill exclusive Hank Hill action figure at Comic-Con this year I just saw.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he holding a beer?
No,
Standing there?
it's just him.
Is he on his
smiling.
lawnmower?
No, it's just him standing there, but it's like that half smile. Like he didn't really actually smile, you know?
No, straight face.
Yeah, it was very straight faced.
I want the Peggy.
To burn
Nobody
it?
wants the Peggy.
Yes.
Throw it down the hall?
Yeah.
That
I want
was
to throw her out
Put
of
it
a
in a
plane.
Frito pie?
Peggy was the least liked character, but your ex-girlfriend, that was her favorite character on the show.
So you know, that's
why
first
she's
of all,
your
ass
ex-girlfriend?
backwards.
That's specifically why she's Corey's ex-girlfriend and not current girlfriend. So we are coming at you right now with just three of us and no guest, no Brian, no Alan. Berserker is at his, I'd say day job, but
Millionth
it's his night
job.
job. Yeah, he's at his 15 jobs. And we are getting closer to that charity episode every week that we are getting a lot of feedback on. And I just wanted to say thank you to our listeners and our fellow podcasters who have talked to us about donating stuff to give away to the episode. We've had a lot of podcasting friends chime in over that, so that's pretty cool.
I promise to work on my end of it soon.
Yeah. What we think we're going to do is we're just going to put it behind a one-time donation Patreon wall. So we'll just put out the link on Twitter and in our Facebook and just let you all know where, let you all know where it's going to be.
God.
That's bleeding back
Stop
in, isn't
it.
it?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. And okay, so I always say, see you guys later, or thank you guys, or whatever, as in guys is a general term.
Uh-huh.
But I was walking with my dolly at work, and I said, excuse me, guys, and it was
Ladies.
women, and they're like, we're not guys. And I'm like, okay, I just meant it as like a
I know.
universal thing.
Yep.
But they got mad at me, so I've been trying to say you all. Like,
Yeah, you gotta be more
can you
PC.
all- I'm not going to say ladies. I'm not going to say men. I've been trying to say, hey, can you all...
You can't be gender
excuse me, y'all,
specific.
or, yeah,
Okay.
you can't be gender specific, so that's why I'm saying y'all.
That's why I say his and her Hispanic.
What?
Yeah, you don't call them all Hispanics. They're not all men. So you have to say her Hispanics
Did you
too.
say her Hispanic?
Yeah.
I'm not cutting that out of this
Jesus.
episode.
Way to go.
No, so this week we're going to do a new thing where when we don't have a specific thing, and we will talk a little bit about Incredibles 2. Corey hasn't seen it yet, but
No spoilers.
no spoilers.
They all die.
Yeah, everybody dies. But I mean, it's been doing very, very well. I think Fallen World, is that what it's called? It made
Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom made $700 million worldwide this week.
Really?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I just glanced. I don't look at Rotten Tomatoes, but did you see what the score is?
No, what was it?
I clicked on it, scrolled past it accidentally. 50%.
Last time I saw it was at like 71, so I haven't looked in a while.
This was 2 days ago, I think.
I saw a list of it was a list of best to worst Jurassic Park films with the original being the best.
And 3 being last.
3 was last. Jurassic World was second to last.
Really?
Really?
And then it was the one in San Diego, Lost World,
Yeah.
and then this newest one, and then the original.
I'd have to see the Rotten Tomatoes for him, but you would think Lost World wasn't that well received.
This
back in the
was
day.
one movie critic saying
Oh, okay. Yeah.
what their thing was, but you know
What's your opinion on it?
I haven't seen the most recent one.
Granted, you haven't, but
I liked Jurassic World, but I thought it was very cheesy.
That's supposed to be, though.
But the last line, I liked it a lot. No, I enjoyed it. I liked watching it. The dinosaur action was cool. Chris Pratt was good. Bryce Dallas Howard, is that her name?
Yeah.
She
Ron
was really
Howard's
good.
daughter.
Although, I mean, she's the hero in that. She ran away from dinosaurs in heels for a whole movie.
Which is not probable.
No,
But that's
but
another issue.
dinosaurs wouldn't wear
good
heels.
for her.
Good for her.
The dinosaurs wore the heels?
Yes.
Okay, yes. That's what I thought.
I heard the good thing about this one is that Blue is an actual character in the movie, whereas they built her up in the first one
Interesting.
to have a relationship where she's actually a character in this one.
I hope they have subtitles.
For her,
Oh my
for
God.
Raptor. I tell you, man, where I sit and take my break in my truck, there's a lot of crows around, and they make that
They're
same
loud.
kind of like clickety clack talk, and they
Yeah.
get closer to you. It's creepy.
Those are smart.
They
Yeah.
cattle call you too.
Yeah, they're smart. It's weird.
Still have velociraptors.
Yeah.
They descended from crows.
It's fun. It's funny seeing birds outside take on crows.
Yeah, that happens a lot, too.
Mhm.
So what we're going to do on episodes where we don't have a specific movie to talk about or a guest that we're going to bounce things off of is the new thing now is each one of us is going to bring different news articles or different information up to the episode where it was, what would you say it was going to be, Katrina? One nerdy thing, one news article,
Yeah.
and then one other thing. So just to kind of, bounce around things. Like one of my things this week, and I hope it's not on your list.
Shit.
Is
No, it's not shit.
is how ABC ordered the Connors.
I read about that, but I did not bring that to the table.
Is this Terminator thing?
No, this is Roseanne without Roseanne.
Right.
Oh.
So they're going to focus on other family members.
Okay.
I didn't watch the new episodes, but it seemed that from what I read, they were focusing a lot more on
Her sister?
her daughter.
Oh.
The one
Darlene?
yeah, Darlene's the one with the dark hair.
Yes.
A lot more on Darlene.
I like how Fuller House was more about the daughters.
And what's cool about this is when we talked about it on here, we argued a lot about how we didn't feel bad for Roseanne. You felt bad for the cast and the crew, and all these people are going to lose their jobs. Well,
Right.
if this got picked up like it looks like it did from ABC, then none of these people are going to lose their jobs, maybe for a short time.
How are they gonna write her out? What would you think? Just not include
She
her,
dies.
but she is there in the universe somewhere, or like something like that happens. Jailed.
I guess it
Dies.
depends if her husband's there. Like maybe grandma and grandpa are going on vacation, they're retiring, they're leaving the country to go travel
Maybe
the
she
world.
fell down the stairs and her foot landed in her mouth.
Maybe. That's possible.
Or they move out of state, like the Clevelands, or something. and-
Something like that. Like they could. It just depends if they're going to have John Goodman be
The
involved.
Cleveland, like the Seth MacFarlane thing.
Yeah. Then they move out of.
I watched that show, which all those shows have kind of been like, but the theme song for the Cleveland show
great.
was so catchy.
We'll just wait for the Connors. You're gonna love that.
Well, isn't Linda Hamilton playing
Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor again?
Yeah.
I've seen a picture of that.
She's
Yeah.
reprising her role.
I
That's
haven't
interesting.
watched the last two Terminators, so
She was fucking crazy. in
I'm a
Terminator
little
2.
behind.
I haven't watched the one with Emilia Clarke. I watched the one with Christian Bale, and I know a lot of people didn't like it. With
I
him and
did.
Sam
It was
Worthington.
fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
Seen Emilia Clarke says goodbye to her character. She's done filming.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I wonder if they got approved. Not approved. They ordered a pilot for one of the prequels.
Yeah.
So they had 4 scripts, and they chose one so far to make a pilot for. But that's not to say the others are canned. They could go.
They're going to drag that shit out as long as they
Yeah.
possibly can.
I can tell you this. I bet you that 2018 is the last year without a Game of Thrones
Season?
world season for the next 10 years.
You think they're going to Star Wars? And
You throwing
just,
that on the table
Oh,
right
right.
now?
With the amount of people, if the quality of the prequel is as good as what goes on now, then it's going to go on forever. You're not going to just get rid
Die
of
off
that
the
cash cow.
world? No, I agree with
As long as
that.
it doesn't hold up the next 2 books.
It also is, yeah, right. He's
Yeah.
never going to write those books. They're
know.
done.
It drives more people mad than me. Like
I'm willing to put money down right now that you will not read another book, like full-length book,
He's
Ever?
halfway done though.
ever.
No, he better.
He
No.
might do short stories. He might add them into compilation books that he's going to make. But I am willing to put money down that he does not write a full-length book.
So if Winds of Winter came out in half a year, you'd lose money.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's put $1 on it.
$1. Sure, I'll put $1 on
Trading
it.
Places bet.
Okay, so I also wanted to talk to you guys about this Last Jedi remake thing that somebody posted on Twitter.
Okay.
So you guys haven't heard this yet, right?
No, I've seen some little things flying around, but I haven't read it.
So the first thing is it says the Twitter handle is RM The Last Jedi, which is it's remake The Last Jedi at RM The Last Jedi. It says
Wait, sorry, is it like 10 seconds long?
No. This
Okay, I seen something a few weeks ago then.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
this is-
No, they wanted to completely remake the movie.
Yeah. Okay, so it says our team of producers is offering to cover the budget for a remake of The Last Jedi in order to save Star Wars. Share this and spread the word to let Robert Iger and Disney know you want this. This isn't a joke. We're ready to have the conversation now. Hashtag remake The Last Jedi. Hashtag Star Wars. And Ryan Johnson, however you pronounce his name, was like, please, 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 please actually happen. Please, please, please. But it has 6,000 something retweets and 13,000 likes, and it says, we will be consulting the Star Wars fans directly throughout the writing of the remake. They're acting like this is actually going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
No, it's never going to happen. The Last Jedi the plan is to remake a version of The Last Jedi that is as close to universally accepted as possible, as if anything in this current world could
Okay.
be universally accepted.
Yeah, make everybody happy. Good
You'll
luck.
never please everyone, but at least it wouldn't be blasphemy, as if this one is blasphemy. Okay. In fact, we want the writing team to be a diverse group of people that both loved and hated The Last Jedi. So we have an inbox for story treatment submissions and actually hire people onto the writing team for what we receive.
So it'll be a
So
death
this
match.
is your chance to write a Star Wars film. And it keeps going on. But then Seth Rogen responded. He's like, yo, I'm very confused as to what your goal is here. You literally want to spend $200 million to make The Last Jedi, and someone is giving you that money? I don't get it. This is not just spend, invest. He said, okay, is somebody actually investing in this? How did you get investors without a script or Star Wars or director or legal ability to make this movie? Those have been important elements in the past. He goes back and forth with Seth Rogen for like a while. Like, people jumped in on this.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, it's like a real thing. And he wasn't the only person to like go back and
James
forth.
Gunn responded to them
That's
on
funny.
something.
Yeah, no, don't like that. I accidentally like something.
So this kind of blew up.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
enough
totally
to
blew
where
up.
it had quite a few.
That's
Like
funny.
Conan wants to do his version with corgis.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
I think too many. I mean, a lot of people hold Star Wars so near and dear that anything that, I mean, it's not going to
Deviates.
follow the same thing all the time. Like it's to me, what's irritating is people said that The Force Awakens they didn't take any risks. It's too much like the original and blah 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 blah. And I liked it. And then with The Last Jedi was the next step. Oh, this isn't a Star Wars movie. They changed too much. They did this. They did this. They did this. And
You
it's
can't
like,
make everybody happy.
You know what I liked? This is not to say one movie's better than the other. I wish they would have picked one director and had that director do 3 movies so it had the same
Continuity.
tone, consistency, and like I don't know. It seems kind of weird to hire in a trilogy. Well, I guess only be 2 directors. I don't know. Is J.J. Abrams coming back?
you know what? I don't know.
So
But the original trilogy didn't have the same director the whole time.
no, because Spielberg. Sorry, who did the first one? Was it actually Lucas?
It was wasn't it Lucas and then God, I
Well,
can't
someone
remember
else
his
said
name.
Return of the Jedi because I read some articles
Yeah,
on that,
the
how he was
last two
fighting
was-
with the director.
I would know the name. Ivan
I don't fucking know.
Koshinsky, Cran something.
All I know is that they were trying to pitch Han dying at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, and Lucas said no, and that was kind of the end of the conversation.
Yeah. I watched a couple things how when they were filming Star Wars 4, like nobody thought it was going to be any good. And it was only when they were cutting it that they could make any bit of a reasonable story out of it. Like just, I watched like all the rough cuts from all like the Tatooine like spaceport thing. And it just seems so weird and stilted. But when you add in like quick cuts and you make sense of it, like for one, the action is dumb looking when like he cuts off the arm of the Wolfman. You can't even tell what's going on. But so they had to do like a quick cut to make it look at all interesting. And just a lot of it was like that. But I think whoever the editor is saved Star Wars, the first one, Episode 4. And a lot of things that George Lucas didn't have any intention of doing. Like the guy who molded the Death Star, molded it, with that trench in the middle.
Uh-huh.
And he's one who said, let's just leave it. And then he came up with the whole idea about doing the whole trench run at the end instead of what it was going to be.
Do we know what it was going to be?
I read about it once. I don't remember. It was just a straight-on assault attack. It would have had a trench run with a... It may have had a hole in it, but it was just going to be them flying at a giant circle. I don't know. So I think a lot of things went right for Lucas on Episode 4.
Richard Marquand
What?
directed Return of the Jedi.
Okay, never heard of that name.
He also directed... I'm actually just clicking on it now. I mean, this is an older gentleman at this point. Well, he hasn't directed anything since 1987, so I'm assuming he probably passed away.
Maybe.
Died in 1987 at 49.
Oh, well then, yeah,
That's
he's
why
dead.
That's why he stopped working.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said his last thing he directed was in 87.
I saw a fan edit of The Last Jedi a few weeks ago. It's funny as hell. It just mixed Princess Leia like moving like Mary Poppins through space. Immediately cut with her going light speed into the Star Destroyer or the Super Star Destroyer. Did you hear me?
Irvin Kershner directed
Yes, that's his name.
Empire Strikes Back. Yes,
Did you hear what I said?
most of it.
He
He
was
died
reading.
in 2010 at 87. Also directed RoboCop 2.
Good movie.
Good for him.
That's the only thing I've ever heard of on the list
Oh.
of stuff that he's directed.
Well, he's special.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I have something else that I wanted to bring up, but I want to complain about it at the end of this because I'm going to sound like an asshole. So
Okay, so you want to save
It's not
that for a
about
little
Star
bit?
Wars.
No, it's not about Star Wars.
You know, I actually seen this. You know, you had a conversation episodes ago about people who are withholding seeing Solo.
Yes.
And being
Because-
assholes about it?
Yeah, basically.
And you said it was such a small.
I
portion.
said, like, you don't know people like that in real life. I doing like a Pokemon raid one time. There was a guy who was like flaunting it, like, I'm not gonna go see it. But then you had 5 other people say, like, oh, you saw it twice.
People didn't want to like it.
So,
They made up their mind well before
and
it
he,
even...
he quoted like, dude, we have to get him somehow for the Last Jedi. So
Yeah.
I'm sticking it to where it hurts them, their wallets. Like, that's
People
the
are
guy Robert's
idiots.
talking about.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's his choice. He didn't see it. I mean, what you gonna do?
I start to take offense.
I hate backlash. You know, don't buy the DVD. I guess we would say.
Well, I don't like it when people are like, that's not a real Star Wars thing. Yes, it is. I mean,
It's a story.
Just because you don't like it doesn't make it not Star Wars.
What do you mean? Like the Last Jedi say it's not?
Yeah, they say it's not a Star Wars movie.
You can't just call it non-canon. Whoever owns the.
Well, that's a lot of people said that the new Star Trek movies, when J.J. Abrams started directing them, weren't Star Trek movies. And I'm like, I never liked Star Trek, and I like these Star Trek movies. So maybe.
It's kind of funny if it ruins it for you in your mind. Like, I don't know. It changes the characters. You're like, oh man, I loved all the characters from the '60s, and I grew with them for 40 years, and now the characters
Well,
are.
they're
these
all
characters.
old now.
But
Like,
it's just I can see some people getting mad because it's their.
childhood.
Yeah.
their-
But the next generation of characters has to take over. I saw where somebody was pissed because, you know, Han Solo had this big story arc from basically being a space pirate to being a respectable
Good
person
guy.
in the galaxy, and then they made him a deadbeat dad and a
dropped
and
them
a-
back
Well,
down
yeah.
the dumps.
The mom, too. Like, you know, where was Leia?
yeah.
It was
no,
both of them.
She's still general. She's escalated, or I mean,
So
she's-
since she's a general, she doesn't have to take care of her kids?
I mean,
Well, it sounded like she took care of the kids, and then he bailed when stuff got rough.
Oh, well.
and when Ben went to summer camp at Uncle
Almost got
Uncle
murdered.
Luke's, like, just a weekly checkup. Luke, how's my son? Yeah, well,
I had to try to kill him.
he's not here no more. He's
And he burned shit.
I'm just gonna go hang out on an island planet. Peace.
I think that island's off of Ireland, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think I saw that somewhere.
R2D2 has the map. I don't know. I don't want to be found, but here's R2D2 with half the map. Fuck y'all.
Peace out.
I'm gonna give another guy the other half of the map. Figure this shit out.
Go find that hole that's in the map.
I had something else I wanted to say about it, and I forgot.
You get sidetracked
Yeah, I got sidetracked. I was looking at one of the other things I wanted to talk about, and I forgot.
with the Dumbo trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
I still haven't watched the Dumbo trailer.
Really?
We saw the
Aw.
Winnie the Pooh trailer, which was really good.
Yeah.
I would say for all the live action trailer, like Jungle Book was a good movie, but I wasn't really excited when it was coming out.
This isn't my Dumbo, okay? I'm not going to go see
Oh
it.
my god.
Is
The only
that-
thing I'm concerned about, I'm wondering, I think they're making Timothy Mouse an actual human and not a mouse.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because I think that's who, what's his face?
Because he was doing the narration of it, the trailer, right?
Who?
Wasn't the mouse character narrating? I don't watch the trailer now like a week and a
Colin,
half ago.
isn't Colin gonna be the one who's gonna be Timothy? That's what it looked like from the trailer.
How about this? How about you guys talk for a second? I'll go watch the trailer real quick, and then we'll talk about it.
You gonna find it really quick? Okay.
You gonna watch in real time while we're talking about it?
Yeah, apparently.
Sounds like
And I
something-
watched it like 2 weeks ago.
Sounds like you just watch it so we all could hear
Grasping
it.
for straws. They're gonna have the whole elephants on parade. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that ruined a lot of kids. I think.
Why?
I don't know. It's always on the list of like traumatic things from like kid movies.
It's colorful and bouncy and
It's somebody
fun.
getting like having.
It's because he gets drunk but kids don't get that. Like,
I know you can't have that nowadays. You know, the outrage.
well, it's like my favorite Disney movie when I was a kid was Pinocchio, and I broke that VHS tape. Like, I watched it so many times. But
That had a lot of bad stuff in it.
Yeah.
Kids smoking cigars.
Well, that's just how that was. Even Snow White, you know, some chick gets taken out to the forest to get murdered. Like, these aren't like nice stories.
Yeah, all the old movies had some.
Even
shit.
Dumbo, you know,
Fucking
child getting abducted
Cruella,
from their mom.
Skin the dogs. I don't
So
care.
that's kind of socially relevant now. It's kind of sad, but no, I'm really excited about it.
I always like Dumbo. The movie's only like 68 minutes long, so they gotta add a lot of extra content. And hopefully they don't have
how long
no
is the
racist
animated?
crows.
The racist crows. I like the crows.
I have no problem with the crows, but they are not. They're Jar Jar Binks to the extreme. They're
You think so? You're gonna assume the crows are equal to Jar Jar Binks?
they're like black stereotypes. They're basically blackface. They talk in like the slang of.
How are they blackface?
They're representative of.
Are you trying to say that there were white actors doing the crows?
No, it's blackface and big yellow beaks. Like it wasn't. It was meant to be portrayed as they
what's
were.
the one that is actually the racist movie they made?
Song of the South, which
There
I
you
found
go.
less racist than the crows.
Then Dumbo?
Yeah, it like.
So
Okay,
I watched it.
Okay.
what do you think?
They look like they're making Colin Farrell play the same character as he did in he looks exactly the same as in that
PJ Travelers?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, and then Danny DeVito looks the same as he did in
There has been comparisons to that, to Big
in,
Fish.
Big
Yeah.
Fish, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like Dumbo to begin
Aw.
with. Not a fan of the movie.
You don't like a lot of the old ones. You don't like Pinocchio.
I like Pinocchio.
Oh, what do you hate?
He doesn't like Snow White.
I don't like Snow White.
Or
I don't like
Aurora. He
Sleeping
doesn't like
Beauty.
Sleeping
I don't
Beauty.
like any
Cinderella.
of those. But I like
Female-based movies.
Ha!
no. It's not
I'm
that.
joking.
You
It's just-
piece of shit.
I didn't watch them a lot as a kid. And I didn't grow attached to them.
I fucking did.
Yeah, I did.
I was more.
Aladdin.
I love Aladdin. I love Hercules. But those are '90s movies.
You were
I like,
Bedknobs and Broomsticks, weren't
I
you?
like Bedknobs and
I
I
did not
fucking
like that.
love that movie.
No.
I like Little Mermaid. I like Beauty and the Beast. So I
Rescuers.
do like
Rescuers Down Under.
female-led movies. Thank you very much. I like 101 Dalmatians. I loved Fox and the Hound and Lady and the Tramp as a kid. But
Sword
I
in the
didn't
Stone.
like
It was like a
Princess
'60s
Mononoke.
movie,
I
right?
fucking love Sword in
Sword
the
and
Stone.
Stone's great. Robin
Yeah.
Hood was one of my favorites too.
Okay.
Robin
Just
is good.
once upon a time, was get into like Merlin and shit, and if there's a flashback to the character like 1989, and the main character who's like 5 walks in the movie theater and watches, and there's Sword in the Stone on. I'm thinking, what the fuck? That movie wasn't made in the '80s. Am I high as shit right now?
I don't know. Is it like Clash of the Titans looking like it was made in like the 50s and it's actually made in?
I feel like it was made with the same animation stock, like so it was made right after, before Jungle Book, and because
That's another one. I love Jungle Book. I
doesn't?
could watch Jungle Book over and over again.
while you're looking up the time period, I
Yeah.
want to say Song of the South not as racist as it fucking makes
I've never seen it.
seem on the internet. Have you seen it?
Well, I know some of the stuff they say in it, and it's pretty.
It was
bad.
made in It was released in 1963.
Okay, so I don't know what Once Upon a Time's doing, but I called them out on it. Fuck you.
Don't fuck with my Sword in the Stone.
It's the time period it was set in. I don't think like it was set in the southern
Well, you're
states.
saying as the time period it took place and it wasn't racist then.
Yes, but because it is
But
like a
things
kid
do
movie.
change.
Yeah, but it's like an older black. I imagine if they don't talk about slavery in the movie, imagine he was like an ex-slave just living kind of in a community. He's telling folk tales to a little white kid who lives on a plantation who wants to run away from home and all. And it switches to cartoons like
Well, Dumbo was made in 1941.
you know the crows in Dumbo. We're talking.
Yeah,
Do you think they're forms of like racist characters?
probably, but I wouldn't even say probably yes, but I don't remember the movie well enough because I didn't like it then, and I didn't like it when I watched it when I was older, and I'm probably never gonna watch it.
They were
again.
talking about how they didn't believe Dumbo could fly, and then they
Yeah,
proved
no,
that
I
he could fly.
remember,
Okay.
Yeah,
but it's just it wasn't my thing.
they have a nifty little song.
Yeah.
but they talk in kind of like the slang of the times, and they. I don't know.
Well, they're all hanging out together. They got little vests on.
Yeah.
Like,
I
of
don't
course,
think-
it's representative of the the times.
It makes you like. Did Robert Downey Jr.'s character just slip in under the
Radar?
wire?
Like time wise, like
I think it's
time-wise-
because they rolled into the fact that he was a white man playing a black man who went through like a skin transformation.
like because there's a movie set in the movie, him making fun of actors going to that extreme.
right,
It became like self parody.
aware.
But my question
So-
would be: do you think that could be made in 2018?
Maybe with it'd be more backlash because it's super PC nowadays.
There's
I
in
don't
Hollywood.
know.
There's an episode of
After we've gone through with all like the women's movement and everything, just and minorities like boycotting Oscars, kind
But
of.
see, that's the thing. It's not washing out
He
a
won.
race.
Did he win the
for-
Academy Award? Or he get nominated.
he got nominated.
Yeah.
So over actual black actors because they were underrepresented for a while.
That would be horrible now. I mean,
Yeah.
with them trying to be more diverse in these shows because they've been so predominantly white over the years, there would be a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
There should have been backlash then. It's just, now.
I think it's different because it's not like he is a person of color character. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
So, I don't know.
That movie's a decade old.
Oh my
Holy
God, I'm
shit.
so
2008,
old.
I think.
Wow.
Then
I'm
that
becoming
fucking-
more aware every day that I'm just really old.
Yeah. The pains, the fact that I couldn't keep throwing the ball today with my kids made me feel really. Anyways.
I guess you're right, because now we're moving into a realm where we're not supposed to be casting for race or casting for...
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you're right.
I know.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It'd be interesting to try to do it again to see if they ever made a sequel, if they could do that.
I think if you made a sequel,
It's already
it would be okay
established.
because it's already established.
Then
You
what
tried
if-
to do it as a new character.
What if you tried to go another race? Like
Like
that would be
him?
the joke in the movie.
Like if
is
you
that-
tried to be an Asian person?
Yeah,
I still think he could probably get
'Cause
away with it
it's
because
his role,
it's pre-established
That'd be funny.
that character does that. But I don't think you could do that in a new. And I still think you would be. There would be some backlash, but it'd be minor compared to if you tried to do it as establish a new character as that. But that's just me. I mean, who knows?
I agree with you.
Okay. Do you have something you want to bring to the table, Katrina?
Well, I have two things.
Okay, let's hear them. I've got energy today.
You
so
do?
let's go.
Wow,
You
that's
got
a new
spunk,
thing.
boy.
Yeah.
No, so since we had that baby shower and I went shopping for it,
Yeah.
I told you yesterday I came across something that kind of just really threw me for a loop.
Okay.
So, as Robert has previously said, earlier.
Yeah, I went to a baby shower today.
Yeah.
I'm not big on co-ed baby showers, but I know that's the new hip thing, so I went. It was family, so
You gotta
I
go.
went. Yeah, I had to go. I had a good time.
Okay. So I went shopping for all these items to put in the gift. And I came across something that wasn't around when I had my kids as babies.
Which isn't that long ago.
Which is not that long ago, speaking that my kids are 5 and 8. But I came across this thing and it kind of like I stopped in my tracks and had to look at it to see what it was because it was just weird. So they have this item that's called a diaper cream brush. So when kids get rashes, you get the, Desitin or the ointment and you put on the butt.
Is it like a brush that they brush on?
It's like a spoon to scrape the cream on, and so you don't have to get your hands messy. If you're not willing to touch your kid's ass and you're having a child, like there's something wrong.
What makes it different than a normal spoon?
It's called a baby bum.
Is it like rubber?
Yes, it's rubber, and it's got like a silicone bottom that
is
you
it
can stick it.
basically like okay? So before you showed me this picture, and we can post a picture to Twitter so you guys can see this.
You just Google it.
Well, I have the
we
picture in
run
my
social
phone.
media, Corey.
I mean, if you're in a bind, you're listening.
Yeah, well, we'll listen and we'll post it on the same day. But I was before you showed me a picture, I was thinking you meant like a like the brush that the barbers put like shaving cream on men's faces
Okay,
before when
no,
they get shaved.
no,
This
And
is
then-
just a spoon.
And then
it's
after
like a
you-
spatula.
Well, then after you showed me that, I figured that one of those like those silicone spatulas would be better for that, like that you scrape the bottom of the bowl.
But
that
do
are
you get
angled.
what I'm saying? Like, is it that difficult just to wipe it on the kid's butt and then wipe your hand?
Ask Travis.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But like
probably-
this, you have to like wipe it and then you got to clean it and
It's putting an extra utensil that you need to clean when you could just put it on and then wash your hands.
I'm wondering how much they sell it for. I don't think I got that part in the
Is
photo.
it just for kids?
Do you want somebody to put cream on your
I
ass?
mean, is it for like self-use? Does it give you that extra inch?
There's a handle.
Perfect.
I'm wondering how much it costs because out of all the because everything's like a minimum $10, $15 in the baby section. Like that's like the minimum price for things.
I think it should be a made-for-TV thing. Applying cream to any asshole is itself a pain in the butt. It's just
I
impossible
love
to
that.
do.
Applying cream is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, you can
That's
imagine.
got to be the catchphrase.
Imagine an infomercial for that. Are you just sick of trying
They're
to reach your
charging
asshole?
$8 for
You
it.
have to get that guy to do the ShamWow thing.
Yeah. Well, today I'm telling you, you don't have to touch your asshole with your finger.
Is that me or is it just weird?
Butt spatula.
I could see where some people would want it, but I mean, it seems to be adding a.
It's $8. Like,
You just pour the cream. Just grab the bottle.
but you got to spread it. Like you can't just
The cheeks.
yeah.
I just
Rashes
said,
get up in
no,
there, and then they get in the crevices.
You just
Yeah.
said it and forget it.
And we
No.
had boys too. I mean,
Yeah, you have to like get all around the shaft and stuff. It sucks.
well,
What?
nothing.
Which boy are you talking about?
Both
Our
of them.
kids.
Not just them. Wow.
When I had my vasectomy,
Wow.
they put iodine all over the crevices before they.
That's gotta be cold.
It was an experience.
Did they not warm it up like the ultrasound gel?
No, they didn't.
Ugh.
At
I
least
have
it
an
wasn't.
ultrasound tomorrow.
Yay.
At least it wasn't white phosphorus.
Yeah, I'm pretty
That might
open on
burn.
here. So yeah, I had a vasectomy.
Oh, I was just surprised, and it was actually on the baby shower list, like the
I thought
registry
you had two.
list.
You loved it so much you went back.
Yeah, I had it reversed and then redone.
Yeah.
Why?
Addicted.
Why would anybody do that?
Michael Scott.
It's like being addicted to an abortion. You just got
What?
What?
Some people just crave it.
What the fuck is wrong
What
with
i-
you?
no.
It's a South Park joke.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, well, I think Carmen tried to get on Jerry Springer, one of those shows. He pretended to be a prostitute who's just addicted to abortion. Oh, God.
Oh my god.
If it wasn't that episode, it was one that
Did you see that?
they had wrestling alter egos.
There's a. We're gonna lose anybody that wants to listen to our fucking shit
If
anyways.
you like
but
South Park,
did
go
you
and watch it.
see? Did you see the lady in Arizona who went to get a prescription filled for? It's the drug that helps you.
Is it Plan B or is it
No.
the actual
It's
drug?
She had a. She was pregnant and
Okay.
there was no heartbeat.
Okay, it was a stillbirth.
So it was a stillbirth. So
Okay.
there's a medication you can go and get to where you don't have to have surgery.
Right.
And she went to go get it, and the pharmacist wouldn't fill it because there's certain states where you can just deny.
In
people.
Ireland, before they passed that law a couple weeks ago, women would die. They would not abort children, especially if their own health was in danger.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Leave the country for a minute.
They do. That was
so-
one of the big parts of that article is that women would be going to Britain and going to London to have abortions, to then go back home.
This fall upon one of the things like the guy who wouldn't make the wedding cake for the gay couples. It's a religious belief over your business.
Yeah, he used his beliefs to.
Because that guy won.
No, okay.
It's the Supreme Court's
They ruled that he was discriminated against
by the League
agency
of
in the state.
whatever. They didn't look into his.
They didn't overturn the ruling that the court made regarding him being discriminatory towards the couple.
They just said that the ACLU or whoever
It wasn't ACLU, but
Whoever
it was
was.
a state institution. When
they screwed him over,
investigated-
so they
yes.
gotta. That he, I don't know if he won anything.
He won the fact that he was discriminated against by that agency in their investigation.
So what does that get him?
It doesn't do anything to the order that was issued by the court regarding his actions towards the couple.
How does his lawyers get paid?
They're probably going to challenge the court ruling based on the Supreme Court ruling that since there was discrimination applied in the investigation, that the results of the
So,
investigation
Start
should be
all the way
applied.
back over.
Who knows? They'll probably make an agreement or something.
What was your other thing?
My other thing, there's two theories. I know nobody else watched Legion.
Are you going to talk about Legion on here?
No,
I was
it's
gonna say,
they're theories that are introduced in Legion. So there was two theories that I had written down that was interesting. You want number 1 or number 2?
Will we understand this?
It doesn't matter because we're not going to get it.
Well, I'll do the easier
Well,
one.
if it's overall X-Men, I get it.
So there was an argument placed regarding time. And one of the characters was talking about how, there's the past, the present, and the future. Well, his argument was that there's only past and future. Because the present has to be processed. And by the time it's processed by your brain and
It's
you
already
make
in the past?
it's already in the past.
Yeah, because we're on a delay, basically.
Right.
I've heard
So-
that before.
He was talking about just instances that they were going through in the show and how he was trying to determine whether or not he was in the future or in the past. So I thought it was a cool concept.
If everybody on the world was on that, everybody's on a delay, whether it's a millisecond delay or anything, and you weren't, so you were a half a second before everybody else, do you think that would drive you insane? It would
Absolutely.
have to, right? You'd end up killing yourself.
I don't know if you'd notice it that short of time, like span. So if somebody took an extra half second before they responded to you, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it'd be the way you looked, the way you acted, the way you drove. It would
Right.
affect everything.
And I think we're on nanosecond delay from it being processed by our eyes and
Well,
ears.
let's say literally you were 1 second ahead of everybody else.
That'd be interesting. You make a show out of that.
Yeah,
Just watching everybody move
patent
around
pending.
slow.
Copyrighted 9 to 5 nerds.
Sometimes time's weird because if you're watching like the World Cup, it's in Russia. So legitimately, by the time you're watching it on TV around the world, like the winning goal, technically it probably happened 30 seconds before. By the time the signal actually got to you around satellites. So if you're watching it like live on one end of the world, it already happened.
Yeah.
So the delay.
Well, there's just a delay in my house, like
Yeah,
when
there's
we're
a
watching
delay from-
fights.
So when you hear the neighbors and they have a different satellite
they have
company.
a different feed.
So it's just kind of funny in terms of like relative you're watching live. It already happened.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But it's not like a spoiler, whereas it's like 30 minutes ahead and you see people posting it on Twitter.
That'd be fine. Nah, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. What do you got, Corey?
Oh, just news.
I can bitch about something real quick if you want to look your stuff up, unless you already know
I
what
was
you
going
got.
to say, interesting for me. I mean, it's already almost half a week out. Pokemon Go has trading. It's a big thing.
Yeah, Pokemon Go has trading, and you have friends who aren't just willing to trade you something. Then you need to give them something for it.
Yeah.
Even though they
You know.
have multiple of the same Pokemon.
Yeah.
There's got to be a little tit for tat. I'll give you stuff.
I can understand that for a stranger, but people who are actually
Yeah,
people
like
say-
that-
if
Say-
I had anything that I had extra of that you needed, I would trade it to you with no second thought.
Gengar?
I don't. That's my only Gengar I have, though.
Is it?
Yeah, if I had multiple Gengar,
yeah,
I wouldn't care.
we actually have to raise children and like do other things.
You actually battle, and if he was better for battle, I would just give him to you.
That's
but
what I was
don't
going
have
to say.
Another Gengar.
In terms of our terms, like how we do gameplay, you guys are, I would say, mostly collectors. In terms of, like, there's people who just want to fill out their Pokedex. There's people who only want to fucking raid. And now that you have friends, you can actually, I can tell because
I
somebody's.
think I'm in the middle because I'm more. Katrina plays more than I do, but I'm more of an active player when an event is going on,
Yeah.
or when a new region drops or a new thing. The whole daily objectives and stuff, that's kind of gotten me back into it a little bit.
It's fun.
But yeah, I mean, I'm nowhere near like when we were doing the community day at Balboa Park. There was, and I've heard you guys talk about. They're like, oh, there's a 97% blah 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 right here. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, that is the people who are like really crazy. I'm not going to use. I use absolutely like no apps. I don't spend money on it. But whatever I find, I'll judge. I'll look at how good it was and go from there. But there are people who just collect. Some people just power up, and then some people just want to raid the social aspect. So I do a little bit of all three. But I don't think like in the hardcore, you guys don't raid once a week most.
No, not even that.
much.
Yeah, so
We'll battle gyms a lot more than that, but like the thing is we don't go to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we have kids. We can't get away with that shit.
I know.
You
Until-
guys are actually part of like messenger groups.
If
where
your kids, when they ever get phones, like a lot of people bring their kids along who have phones, and some kids, I don't know if they're their phones or they just have a spare phone that hooks to the Wi-Fi. But so many little kids have phones, like playing.
No,
You see-
there's kids in Parker's class already that have cell phones.
yeah.
And he's 8.
Yeah, that's too young.
A lot of little kids come with iPads, and those are connected just straight through Wi-Fi through like a hotspot.
Yeah.
Parker's iPad's way too old to even
I-
run the
I've-
application.
No, and fucking
He
you
tried
try,
to
you try
download
to
it
throw
on
one on
Google.
an iPad, and you would fucking lose your mind. It's just different trajectory, but yeah.
He wouldn't care.
So anyway, that trading's cool. I would say the point I was gonna make is you never fight in raid. So I thought you had even better Pokemon that's coveted that you can't get the moves anymore, but you have one of like 5 that Pokemon that
I
have.
swear I had an
good moves.
Ammonite that had the right moveset.
Yeah, because that one before Tyranitar, he was the best rock attacker in the game. Like quick move, charge move, and he had a defensive. Like his 2 types both resist fire. So if you fought a legendary fire dude, he'd be the best. Absolutely. So I thought you had it. You don't.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I have wanted to trade for it too. I'm like, it's okay. So I know one guy who's got this, shiny that. Robert has the legacy moveset, so I got to get that. And now you don't have it. So disappointed.
Oh well.
Yeah, I have to cry myself to sleep.
I guess I could go, but if I
That's cool trading. People are sharing all the friends link. Like the whole community is like going fucking ape shit for.
yeah, I have like
Friends.
10 or 15 friends already on there.
Yeah,
It's mostly
I have 6.
mostly people
Woo!
I know, and then people from the SDCC badge holders group.
for the
who are
first
gonna play.
day, I was just going to add people I knew, and then I realized you can just get a million gifts. So I was like, okay, I'll just go to the chat that I have, and everybody posts their links. Okay, add.
It makes it so you're never gonna run out of things ever now.
Yeah, I think it blows that out of proportion because I can hardly spin a Pokestop now and get a quest. So I think they got to ramp back on the gift rewards because getting like 40 berries in the period of 30 seconds, like kind of throws off the whole game. But that's interesting, just from my point of view. People wanted that. It took 2 years.
Yeah.
Is that surprising?
Yeah.
Coding, absolutely.
I would have rather it been battles before trading, though.
And I thought that's what, I forget the guy's name, John Hinkey. Thought he said that was coming first too. So this kind of came out of nowhere like 2 weeks ago. But I'm glad. I think when the game first came out, they didn't have nearly the staff they needed to keep the game kept up and to keep making stuff. So like,
well, just imagine them expanding all the Pokemon that were available. Then they have to put that into the coding for trading. Like
I think now that they have full teams and of people, and now they're going to be linking with actual Nintendo.
What did you see?
Let's go Pokemon.
I just saw a thing that is a jumbo slice of pizza, and then they put a full Philly cheesesteak sandwich on that, and then they wrap the pizza around the Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
Is that death on a platter?
Sounds like fair food.
Oh my god, it looks so good, but I would have heartburn for 6 weeks because of that.
Oh, probably the rest of your life.
Yeah. I do have something to complain about real quick. So, just like
do you have anything? I'm going to talk.
No, sorry.
He's looking at something right now. Where you're part of a group, you're part of a Facebook group for Pokemon now, right?
Yeah.
He's probably a part of many.
I tried to join, except the messenger aspect. The actual like groups aren't very helpful.
Okay, but
otherwise it's a way to showboat.
Is it a messenger group where they just add you to it? And
That's what I got into a few weeks ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So I'm part of all kinds of different groups. The best group I'm a part of is the SDCC badge holders group. It's a really good group of people. If you do have a Comic-Con badge, they're the people that run it, Dan and quite a few other people. There's some really good people on there.
They're really nice.
Really nice.
Helpful.
Lots of people that'll help you out. And
like genuine help,
genuine help.
Yeah.
That people will just, hey, I got this extra one. They're not
Does
trying
someone
to resell
need
it
it?
to you.
Yeah.
Does someone need it? And that's a good group of people. They keep people up to date on the hotel information, badge information, all the ongoings, parking, all the external events, outside events, and everything. Now I'm part of another group that has to do with Funko Pops.
Ugh.
I'm guessing it's the opposite now.
Well, here's the thing: is they pretend to not be the opposite, but it's like I've run into these people out while I'm trying to get pops, and they won't admit that they're flippers. Hey, why'd you buy 3 of those? Oh, one for me, one for a friend, and I'm going to use one for trade. And then 2 days later, they're up for sale.
They're all for sale.
From those people, and I'm just like, admit that you're a flipper. It doesn't fucking matter. So many people resell these stuff. I keep some of my pops. I sell some of my pops. I'll admit that I've flipped pops before. I've flipped action figures before.
They're a good way to make fast
it's
cash.
a good way to pay for my Comic-Con trip when I go. I'm not going to pretend like I don't sell shit. I do. But to say, oh, no, I don't do that, I don't do that, and then I see you fucking selling your shit, just be honest with me. Be honest with yourself. Don't try to fucking blow smoke up my ass.
Or like let's unpack this box. Or
that's annoying.
That's annoying. Or, oh, I just magically found all these special things, and they'll post that like on Wednesday. So then on Friday, when it's time to sell, they're like, oh, these are for sale.
Yeah, it drives me nuts. And because there's a couple people in this town that fucking snake all the good figures out when I'm trying to find a fucking Chase Violet for Parker, because Violet's his favorite Incredible.
Yeah,
Or
I don't
Aragorn
see
Throne.
the shame in buying it. Like each store has a limit. Like you can buy 3 or so, right? Or is there a limit?
No, at Hot Topic, yes, they have a limit.
Okay, I would say if it was really a super concern, like I would put that on the stores to limit. But
Barnes and Noble's not going to care about that.
Barnes
Target's
Noble
not
doesn't
going to care
Target
about
doesn't
that.
care. People going to
Walmart's not going to care about that.
see, I can't put that on the person if it's legal. Then
No, I don't care if
Yeah.
you do. That's fine.
I think the only time I would think there would be shame in it, why you should lie, is if you fucking push a little kid out of the way and say, "Give me and you fucking snake them out from like
Well, there's
somebody
so many.
in
Like
front of you.
these are people who are going up right when the store opens, rifling
I
through
used to
stuff.
work at a toy store. That's everybody. There was always
Right.
there people like
And that
Hot
same
Wheels
thing-
collectors.
Right.
Same thing at Best Buy when like New Release Tuesday would come. Like there's people waiting at the door to come get stuff. So I don't know why, but
Last time I was at Target before they were open, there was a group of 5 guys that I've seen since I was 15.
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels. Still, and they'll go look through all the Hot Wheels. I went to Target the other day to see if they had any, because they have a jumbo basilisk from Chamber of Secrets,
I swear it's coming out this week.
and I want it. It is, but I don't know exactly the date, and I want it, and I want the Tom Riddle from the past.
Yeah, I do too.
But I mean, I went in there and they had a couple Stranger Things exclusives, and then
They've had a lot of Dart.
the guard, the Dryden's guard from Solo. There was like 6 of those. But it just admit what you are. You don't have to,
fake it.
That's what bothers me is when people just fake it. Just be honest. There's no reason to.
How does that chat work?
Huh? It's not
Oh
a
my
chat.
God.
It's a Facebook group.
It's constantly.
So do people post like, "Hey, they just got restocked," and are those the people who are the ones, who are buy it out from under you, or people who respond, "Oh, okay."
There's a couple people in this city that buy out all the exclusives.
Are they the
They're
ones?
like, "Oh, look what I found!" And then when sales go up, they're selling them.
So that group is just for showboating, and then you see it on sale later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they only allow sales on the weekends.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are sale days. You can't post anything
But,
about
like,
sales before then.
I've traded stuff to people on that site and sold stuff to people on that site for what I bought it for, even though.
Yeah, because you hook them up.
Yeah,
because they get you back some way.
Exactly, and that's how the SDC badge holders group is. I've hooked up people for years, and I've never asked for a penny more.
Oh, is that why the group's for? Just like as a collectible thing, like gotta catch
It
them all.
comes out on your birthday, Robert.
Does
Okay,
it?
Mm-hmm.
The badge holder group or the Funko group?
the Funko group.
The Funko group is just a bunch of people that like Funko, and it's a San Diego group.
Okay,
It's just a San Diego group, so it's not like a wide group. But I mean, a lot of these people don't. I mean, they don't have to work in the morning, so they just go wait outside of stores and then go snag all the chases, exclusives, and all that stuff. And then there's people who actually do it for a living, like the Prop Brothers, and they're really nice guys, but they admit what they do. They go to these stores, they buy them all out, and then they sell them secondhand, which I'm not mad at.
Have you ever waited out in front of a store?
I went to Hot Topic to get some Deadpool ones, and I also went there just randomly. I was like, hey, I'm off. I got released from jury duty before the store opened, so I went over there, and it just how happened they released the exclusive Steve that day.
Nice.
But I couldn't get any because they were all bought out.
Anything before that? Didn't you do have the Nintendo, the classic?
Yeah, I didn't get one.
You want to try going before the store opened?
Yeah, I went and got in line, but I was like the 12th person. They had 10 to sell.
I would say I've never done that, and then I remembered I did that with my 3DS because it was like $40 off. It was a Pikachu version, but every Target from what
you sold one.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I helped you.
So did I buy two? No, I bought one. And just using it, I bought a regular one after that, and I made like $80.
I waited for 2 days for a PlayStation 3
when it first came out.
Yeah,
oh my
when
God,
it first came out, I bought 2. I sold 1. I mean, I didn't. Me and my brother waited in the line, so I had somebody wait with me because it was only 1 per customer. But I mean, it's fine if you're gonna flip something. There's nothing really wrong with it. Just don't try to play nice like you're this person that's gonna help everybody out. And then
They're posing as collectors when they're sellers. And a lot of collectors will use their sales to buy their pops, which is fine.
Yeah.
But don't be like, oh, I like to
don't
own
fake it.
Right.
I had to see some of those posts just to see how bad.
No, I asked the person because they were in front of me and they were buying 3 Steves at Hot Topic because
limit of 3.
There was a limit of 3, and I wasn't even going there for that.
Is it this one person that?
No, it's all of them.
Okay.
And no, I strike that. It's not all of them. Some of them are just collectors, and some of them are just flippers. But when they're like, oh, hey, I messaged the person online. I was like, why did you buy 3? Oh, it was 1 for me, 1 for my friend, and 1 for trade. And the next day when sales opened up, they said, hey, I have this for sale. That's not for trade. You're trying to flip it.
Nice.
Just say that you're a flipper.
Right.
So
and it's not like they're selling at
that got under your
cost
skin
price.
real bad.
What was that?
That got under your skin real bad.
Yeah, it did. It's like people telling us the podcast.
What kind of person was it? So I know. Young, old?
I'm not going to get into specifics.
No, I just want to know if it was a young punk or an old lady.
No, I'd probably say somebody in their late 20s.
Okay. So
someone who's trying to make some extra cash,
okay.
which is fine.
Yeah, sorry. So that really grinds my gears. I don't get that upset about stuff anymore.
Well, life's too short.
Really short for some of us.
Far From Home. Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that?
Oh, no. I saw him holding up a
yeah, it
thing.
said Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, well, he definitely is far from home.
He did.
He did. He's not dead.
Did.
Was that a planned spoiler, or did he actually mess up?
I think they planned that.
Okay, because I heard before Tom Holland's horrible keeping.
Yeah.
Well, him and Mark
secrets?
Ruffalo, they don't tell them anything until they need to know.
Either that's a very well planned little.
Well, you never saw any of the videos of them partnering him up with Benedict Cumberbatch, where Cumberbatch would stop him from talking about certain things?
I've never seen a compilation of it before Infinity War came out.
It was like Don Cheadle. He was partnered up with Mark Ruffalo.
What are you saying?
He's like, dude.
I seen a funny headline. I they must have been. Tom Holland was at some event with a couple people talking on stage. I don't know if this is where it's from.
Was it AceCon? That was this weekend.
Maybe, but he was next to.
Guy who plays Falcon.
Yeah, did you see that?
Anthony Mackie.
I had a friend who took pictures with all of them this weekend.
Did you hear the funny thing?
No. What's the funny
Anthony
thing?
Mackie said he's offhand marked that he still need to watch Homecoming. He's never seen it, and then I guess what's his name? Spider-Man said, okay, yeah, I've never seen the Falcon movie either.
Nice. That's great. That's great. Anthony Mackie's really funny. I've heard him in interviews and stuff, and he's a hoot.
A hoot.
A bird, owl, hoot, falcon.
I
I just
gotcha.
wanted to throw that out there. What?
I just have Funko turned on for Twitter and like announcements.
There's a one of the we didn't tell you about this. Not a lot of exclusive had tickled my fancy this year. There's not a lot of stuff that's come out other than the Skybound stuff that I'm like, oh, I want to get that. I want to get that. Taika Waititi exclusive Funko Pop. I want it.
Is he just himself?
No,
It's
he's
him.
in like a romper.
Yeah, they have
With
a director's
pineapples.
line where they have like
Okay.
James
Famous.
Wan just got one, I believe.
Yep.
Del Toro has one. It's not a huge group of people. Brian Fuller has one.
Mm-hmm.
So they pick what they're in, or they have any say? Is it?
I don't know, but his is awesome, and I want it.
They usually consult them because you saw Tony Hawk going over his character
Yeah.
like crazy person.
But I have an app called it's called Stashpedia. It used to be Poppedia. It's how you can keep track of your Funko collection, and it's got a
Value.
general value thing. And the Taika Waititi one is at $150 right now.
Oh wow.
So it's going to be a sought after one because a lot of these Funko exclusives now at the booth are shared exclusives where you get
Well, I know people who are freaking out for Dragon Ball Z.
Nice.
They have a huge anime line for Comic Con.
yeah, they do this year. And there's a couple. Did you see this one? The Kraglin one.
Oh,
I wouldn't mind
yay.
getting that.
I would get that one.
I'm betting that's going to be a shared
Put
exclusive.
him next to our Yondu.
Yeah, that would be cool. It's Kraglin after he gets the mohawk and the arrow from.
So they'd be matches.
Yeah, it'd
they'd
be
be
cool.
twinsies.
Did you happen to see Taiki's? I think it was an Instagram, or maybe it was a tweet from his new movie on set.
No.
No.
So that's what he tweeted out or Instagrammed. That's him as Hitler.
Is that Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, he's a young boy's imaginary friend, but he's Hitler.
That is.
He's playing Hitler.
Yeah, set as he talked about it before. I've seen it mentioned a couple times.
Man, Hitler's making a comeback.
He
in
can't wait
media.
to just rip into the whole Nazi like belief thing. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out, but the fact that he's making a movie where he's
Someone
Hitler,
let him do that.
Yeah, just want to see how that plays out. And like a couple movies just sound sometimes just so fucking out there, like Swiss Army Man. Like
We
That was
watched
really
who
good.
the fuck approved that?
I don't know.
I
but
liked
was
it.
good.
Like I don't know how you pitch something like that like at all to a studio.
This guy becomes friends with a dead body.
Right, and the same thing for this. I'm gonna be
This movie is called Jojo Rabbit.
I'm gonna be a young boy's
He's directing
imaginary
it.
friend,
Sam Rockwell's in it. Rebel Wilson's in it.
but I'm gonna be
Scarlett
Hitler.
Johansson.
I want to see it.
It says a young boy in Hitler's army finds out his mother is hiding a Jewish boy in their home.
Is he the Jewish boy?
No, he's Hitler. Well, I'm imagining he's going to take the shape of quite a few things.
Interesting.
He plays. No, it just says he plays Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, I think it's like Calvin and Hobbes, except Hobbes is Hitler.
And then the other movie he's doing is called 7 Stages to Achieve Eternal Bliss by Passing Through the Gateway Chosen by the Holy Storch. Hey,
That's
it's got
a long
Badger in
title.
it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like Badger. Oh, and it's got Micucci in it. Kate
Kate
Micucci?
Micucci?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Whatever he does right now, I'd be in because
It's got Dan Harmon in it.
Really?
This is a weird. Oh, it's got Mark Maron's assistant from Maron in it,
Uh-oh.
and Brian Posehn. This is weird. This is a lot of people. Oh, it's got the giant girl from Glow in it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I like her.
she's good. Yeah, you should watch Glow. It's pretty good.
It's fun.
The second season comes out on Friday, and it goes by pretty quick. They're like I think they're like 30
They
to 45
range
minutes.
40 to
They're
45
weird
minutes.
lengths.
It looked okay.
No, it was pretty good. Like I enjoyed it.
Had a good story.
We got to wrap up shop, right?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Okay. Hopefully in the next couple weeks you guys will be hearing some. Or sorry, not you guys. You all.
Yeah.
You all will be hearing some. We're gonna do some remote interviews. We're gonna have some people calling in. We haven't done that yet. So
We're gonna do that.
yeah, we're working on that right now. That's a surprise to Katrina. I mean,
Yeah.
Katrina will be working on that over the next couple weeks.
Great.
I had another funny little story since we have 5 minutes, or you want?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just interesting. You know, Fortnite's the most popular game
Yeah.
ever. So it just got announced for Switch. And did you know Switch players can play with Xbox players and PC players?
But they can't play with PlayStation
But
players?
PS4 is by himself. Do you remember a time when it was like PS4 could play like Final Fantasy with PC?
Yeah.
And Xbox was the one that wouldn't link? And I seen something because there's some funny ass tweets from Nintendo to Xbox like, hey buddy, let's play Fortnite together. And it's kind of like, okay, what do you want to do? Or it's Minecraft actually. Because actually I think Minecraft servers can connect too.
Uh-huh.
And so I've seen a bunch of things where like Twitter users were just making fun of it like to no end.
But still all like Battlefield and Call of Duties and stuff are console
I
specific.
think so. I think there are only a few that actually
Cross-platform?
Yeah. There's some other game. It might have been one other one that I'm not thinking of. But I thought that was funny as shit. PlayStation's the one being a holdout. And Epic Games makes Fortnite. And somebody took a screenshot of, obviously, I guess it's on the internet, but when you you log in on Fortnite based on your login from that company, Epic Games login. So when you switch consoles, it works, except if you ever log in with that on your PlayStation 4 account, you can never go back to another one. It's kind of weird. So it had a thing for Epic Games saying, sorry, you use this account on PS4. You can't play it on anything else. This is out of our hands. We at Epic Games are sorry about it. And you have to make a new account.
Well, Robert, you've never really been happy with online play with PlayStation.
No, but I mean, I think that's because we have shitty Wi-Fi, not because of the PlayStation.
Possible.
I'm gonna have to when Fallout
I
comes out.
swear, even when we were at the older house, you didn't like it either.
It's because their interface was behind Xbox because Xbox was so much better for online
Maybe
gaming.
that's still the same case.
No, I think they've caught up. I just think that we have shitty Wi-Fi. Things will keep dropping. When Fallout comes out, I'm gonna put a Ethernet cable through the attic and connect it directly to the PlayStation.
When was the last time you played an Xbox?
It's been a while.
5? 6?
Years?
Xbox 360? Was that the last one?
360 was the last one. You?
I played an Xbox One. My brother had it. You never played one before, have you?
No.
That's interesting.
The only game I have any desire to play is Cuphead and Halo. And I'm not going to buy a system for one thing.
I'm sure there are a couple more that I can't think of. They have other games. I feel like, I mean...
In his limited availability.
Yeah, I would say we're not into like Forza's, but they got that market.
But I mean, like Uncharted.
Yeah.
Last of Us.
I'm not a biggest Gears of War fan. I like it.
I don't like Gears of War at all.
You didn't like it in the slightest?
No.
See, I like it for what it was, but it did not. Just the cover and shoot mechanic of third person gameplay was not good enough for me. Like it was good for like 8-hour game, but like it couldn't hold a candle, make a long good game for me. Like God of War is fucking sick.
I haven't played it.
I know.
I'm not going to. It's probably wasted.
Thought you were gonna.
I was going to, but I just bought that Detroit Become Human, and I'm gonna play that, and then September is Spider-Man, and November is Fallout. So it's.
He's got his lineup.
I got my lineup coming on. I was going to.
It's a good father-son story.
No, but I've only ever played God of War 1.
You don't need it. And every time they reference the first one, it's because the kid wants to know something about it, and Kratos refused to talk about it.
Maybe.
So we don't talk about that time.
Well, at one point in time, like if a god dies, I mentioned God of War 3 when every time a god died, like some natural disaster happened, and he said, he makes mention, you don't kill a god, that's bad things happen. How do you know that? And
I'd like to.
I was like, oh my god, I know why.
What I'll do is if Anthony's not playing it, I'll just take it from him.
You mean if Corey's not playing it?
It's not Corey's game.
Yeah, it's not my game.
I'll just take it from somebody. You can't play it.
I think I'll be done with it soon, to be honest.
Oh, then I'm going to make sure Anthony gives it to me this week. I wouldn't do that. I'm more like just to mess with you. But no, we got to close up shop here.
Yeah.
We gotta run a promo after this.
Woohoo!
But yeah, Comic-Con's coming up, so you'll hear us talking about that a lot more. Make sure to give us a review on the iTunes machine.
The iTunes.
The iTunes machine. We're going to have more information about the charity episode each week as it goes by, as things become more clear on the dates and what we will be giving away. Give us a follow on Twitter, review. Listen to our friends over at Earth 919 Podcasts. Listen to our friends at False Starts Podcast. Listen to Four Guys at a Table. They're a little negative, and I know that can be.
The last couple I listened to on my trip wasn't that bad. They weren't that
You listen to them?
Yeah.
I actually really like those guys, and if you can get past
them telling me that I'm stupid, yeah, I can get past that. I hear that all the time.
What?
What'd they say?
They call you out?
Oh, they call us out all the time.
Yeah, they do.
I'm glad I don't listen.
A way to support.
Yeah. But those are all good people, so go take a listen to their podcasts, and we'll talk to y'all next week. We're out.